Hey guys, it's Badgermon here, aka Anti-Cake, and I thought I'd just give you guys a quick run through of the gear I'm currently rocking. Obviously, if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll know about the primary weapons I've been rocking. A couple of items from my last mission. But yeah, I'm predominantly running the Liberator with the Vector, as you know, that's my sort of PvP run. When I'm doing PvE, I switch out the Vector as a secondary for the custom M44. You can see more details on these weapons in the videos. Obviously there's one specifically for marksman rifles, one for assault rifles, and one in which I go over my LMGs and my SMGs together. Gear wise, I'm rocking everything yellow. Yay. I'm running a tactical M1911, which I bought the blueprint, I believe, from the Dark Zone vendor in Dark Zone rank 3. It's got the usual expert perk, which does 100% more damage on enemies below 30% health. Also rolled a ferocious talent, which is 13% extra damage against names and elites, which can be handy if you're up shit creek without a paddle. Move on to my rush armor vest. It's a stamina roll. Not great for it. It is only a level 30. The main part of it that is important to me is that it's got two mod slots, both for firearms. They're both equipped with prototype firearm mods, which I crafted myself, which I will actually be crafting some more of at some point to get slightly better rolls. I think I got up to something like 144, and I got a few at like 128, so that just won't do. Obviously the perk on this is rapid, decrease cooldown for healing skills by 12.5%, which is quite important for me because I tend to run support a lot of the time. When I'm in the dark zone I tend to run a heal. Usually now it's booster shot, which obviously gives you the increased damage, as well as increased damage resistance. Sometimes, you know, I'll run the one that gives me the overheal, but not as often. We've then got my operator mask, which has a really useful perk, which is rejuvenated, and consuming a medkit also gets rid of all negative status effects. It's got a pretty good stat roll on electronics. It's at 574 and it maxes out I think 575, so I locked out first time round with that. This is of course a level 31 item. It's currently equipped with another prototype firearms mod, and it has handy heal ability, which is I get an increased 7.5% heal on allies when using the first aid ability, which, like I say, running support comes in handy for me. The pads I got come with accomplished, which is rewards from accolades are tripled, so that's like headshots, multi-kills, tactical kills will obviously get me more experience, which is surprisingly handy actually if you're trying to level up in the dark zone quicker, because I do believe it counts dark zone experience, which is why I seem to level up so much quicker than some of the other people I play with. This again is a electronics roll, and it is a level 31 roll. It's currently equipped with a stamina mod, which gives me more health, and it also has an increased support station healing speed, which when I want a lot of PvE, I do tend to like using the resupply support station. It gives you the ammo and the skill cooldown, just because a few of my weapons are kind of bullet hoses, so it's nice not to have to worry about ammo. You know, got increased bleed resistance by 114% as well, which is very handy, and another thing for increased kill experience, as well as crit hit damage, which tends to be very handy when you're rocking an SMG. I've got this operator holster. I think I actually bought this one in particular from the Phoenix vendor this week because it has some very good rolls on all three skills. It doesn't have a lot of extra attributes, but to be honest, the increases to the skills were well worth it for me. And of course it's got the nimble perk, which makes it so that I get 2% of my max health back for every meter I run cover to cover while I am in combat, which if you're being hunted by rogues or hunting rogues and you run about 10 meters at a time, that's 20% of your health back. On top of the popping heal skills, it's enough to keep you alive. We've then got the tactical gloves, which is a pretty good stamina roll. Gives me increased damage on elites, 11% health on kill, and assault rifle damage. Its talent is increased damage, well, increased critical hit chance on targets out of cover, which is especially handy when you are fighting enemies in the dark zone, most specifically rogues, because most of the time they're running, you're trying to get crit hits. Obviously that is a level 31 piece of gear right there. And last but not least, I've got an operator's backpack. I think this was actually one of the first items I rolled. It's got a stamina mod on it, smart cover, resilience, which can be handy if obviously using the smart cover skill when you're doing challenges. Seeker Mine explosion radius, because at the time I was using Seeker Mine, and that was quite lucky. Increased stamina capacity, and its talent adds 13% of firearms and stamina to skill power, which, while not being an electronics ability, gives me quite a boost in the area. As you can see, my primary DPS is actually a bit misleading at the moment. My primary weapon is at 126,000 damage. That's my Liberator. That gets increased when I use skills for competent. I've also got the Vector, which I sometimes, like I say, that's my Dark Zone gun. Comes in very handy with the amount of crits you can get. My health's at about 73,000. That's the most it's been for a while. I don't like these overly tanky ones. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I will have a quick look, obviously, at my abilities. I tend to run the first aid ability with the booster shot, so I can heal on myself about 30,000 damage, and on allies about 43,000 damage, as well as getting damage reduction to both myself and an ally. So Overdose does incredibly a large amount more healing, but you know, you only get the overheal. I tend to find the damage resistance a lot better. And I'm currently running the BFB on the sticky bomb. My explosion damage is about 150,000, and it's pretty beast, to be honest. The talents I've got equipped are triage, so that if I heal any ally with a skill, I get 15% skill cooldown, which is very handy, especially if you're using the support station, because that can constantly count as healing. Got police up, so that if I get a kill with a skill, I have a 1 in 4 chance of getting all of my ammo back. Very handy in the dark zone. I've also got tech support, killing hostile with a skill deployed increases an active skill duration by 10%. Very, very handy, especially if you're using a turret or if you're using the support station, because every kill will keep you going longer. And a lot of the time you'll find as well that by the time your skill runs out, you've got the next one ready. So if you're using the support station and you've got the master perk, you just cancel it before it runs out. You get that brief period of overheal, you pop your next one down, and you keep going. And I tend to go, the last one goes between chain reaction, which is damage multiple hostiles with an explosion to do 40% more damage with that, put the smart bomb, and also on the move. If you get a kill while moving, you get 30% more damage, about 30% more damage reduction for 10 seconds. Very handy when chasing people in the dark zone. Those are my skills, guys. Let me know what you think, and hope you enjoyed the video.